Thursday afternoon chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you could please put your paws together for today's guest, unless you're driving, for Chris Tomlin. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
It's good. We've had a good run these past 15 years, alternating between phone calls and face-to-faces.
Yes.
And so it's always more fun getting to do face-to-face, but pinning you down, it's tough.
It's great to be with you, man.
So, yes.
Thank you, man.
I know that as we are around Thanksgiving time, you have for years been, I don't know if they pay you, but you were passionate like they pay you, talking about the turkey from your hometown.
Gobblegobble.com. I mean, you're talking you're just talking my love language right now, man. I love it. Yes. Tyler, Texas, where I'm from. That's where I was born. I was raised in a little bitty town outside of Tyler. Most people would think Tyler's a little town if you're from Tampa or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, Tyler was the huge city.
Yeah. Two-story building.
Yeah. Movie theater. Grand Saline's where I grew up, but Tyler, Texas has it's called the Greenburg Turkey, and the last name of the Greenburgs, and they always smoked this turkey. My mom, my parents, they loved it. My mom would always get it. For me, it was just like it was normal. This is what we did at Thanksgiving. I did not realize that we were eating the greatest turkey in all the world at Thanksgiving. Everybody else was suffering all these Thanksgivings. I had no idea until I got outside and people did not know what Greenburg Turkey was. Right. I got outside of my world. And so I've tried to evangelize and let people know about the Greenburg Turkey.
Do they know that you've been dropping plugs?
I don't know. They should. My goodness. I mean, the amount of turkeys that is on my account every year just is unbelievable. My wife and I, we just send it to gifts for everybody now. It's just fun. But yeah, gobblegobble.com, I'm not making that up, is the website. Yeah. And it's
That's great.
It's great, man. I promise you. You won't do anything else again because it comes to your house and you don't have to do anything. You just take it out of the box and it's there and it tastes better than whatever you're going to try to do. And so it's no effort. Just open it up, refrigerator, eat it. You're thinking, wow, what must be in it that it comes and you don't have to do anything to it? What kind of preservatives? What kind of bad stuff? And we're not going into that. Yeah. We're not going into that here. It's not that.
Ask the Lord, because whatever he did
to preserve this thing, it works. But it's so good.
It is so sad that when I see your name or see your face, billboard charts, whatever, I think turkey.
I love it. That's amazing.
It's a weird connection in the mind.
Yeah.
We obviously have been playing Is He Worthy from Holy Roar, which I'll go into here. Can you see a day where I like to go awkward sometimes because I know you get praised and stroked a lot, so I do this to myself on the air, bringing me back to earth.
Oh yeah.
But do you see a day, this isn't some insult, I'm saying, do you see a day where you don't do shows anymore? Could you do that and just be, okay, I'll make some music when I can, but...
That's a really great question. You're the first person to ask me that on air. But I talk about it all the time with my wife. I have family now. I have 2 little girls, and things change, and you're gone a lot, and you're like, goodness gracious, what it takes to be gone, and what it takes to away from family and those kind of things, what it takes to tour, and I think, you know what? I always tell her, okay, 5 more years, I can see this. And then the next time we talk, I think it's about 10 more years. And the next time we talk, I can see myself doing this for 20 years. I get in my mind, I think at some point there's a stopping point, but there's also a part of me that I don't see it at the point right now because I love it so much and I feel like that is what God has gifted me to do. There's, it's more than just a way to make a living for me. When I started this, and I mean this sincerely, when I started this, I never even thought I could make a living doing it. And so it didn't start with any of these things. And so if all those things were taken away, if I wasn't doing radio interviews anymore, if I wasn't doing things, I think I would still do it because I was doing it before then. I'm trying to say before all these things were happening. And that's what I come back to. And so for me, it's a love of just being with the people, helping people worship God. That's a calling on my life. And so I always see it do it in some form. I see myself doing it for a long, long time, continuing to do it. Even though I've had 20 plus, almost 23 to 25 years now, if you consider like all my early days of traveling and touring. and think that I can still be able to do it, that people still want to come. That's amazing. In what form? As long as is in what form it looks like, I don't know. How long we play these big venues, I don't know. That's just been an amazing gift for these many years. But I love it so much. And I always try to think, what do I like best? Do I like songwriting? Do I like playing out live? Do I like recording? What's my favorite thing? And I love them all so much that they all serve different purposes, and I feel like a different gifting for each of them. So, yeah, I don't see a day right now. I see a day where it's definitely not as much as I used to do, thankfully, because I wouldn't have a family if I did. But yeah.
The good news is, if it did all go away, you've still got your Greenburg Turkey money coming in. So
yeah, that percentage that I'm getting off that is just a massive.
We know that you can sing. We know that you can write. We know you can play guitar. You were going to be a country music star or a second baseman when you were young. We know these things. Forget all of those. What are you admittingly amazing at home? Like, you have no problem. I crush it in that around the house.
Yeah, well, I would say I was really good at diapers.
Okay.
I could just crush changing diapers.
Not just do it well.
I could do it well. Oh yeah. I mean, my wife would be like, "How in the world?" I mean, my daughters, they just wanted me to change the diapers all the time because they're like this. She said they just enjoy it.
Like
they hate it with
treatment.
me. They hate it with me. They're like they're laughing the whole time. My wife's like, they're always crying when it's me. They're laughing when it's you. What's going on? Yeah. And so that was that's a gift that I've had that's no longer available. We're just now out of diapers, so I'm really good at the trampoline jumper.
Okay.
I'm very good at
double hop. Send them flying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very yeah. I feel like that's a specialty that I have that they enjoy. So I'm trying to think about when I come home, what do they, what the girls love. But that's what I feel like I'm good at, because that's what they always want to do. They don't want other people on the trampoline with them. They want me, and so that's a gift.
What about changing a diaper on a trampoline? Have we tried?
Could you imagine
That
could be
thing.
a mess.
You think you're good now. Try changing a diaper. Well, there's an image for us.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
When you were young, you're selling. You're still selling albums. I'm saying,
yeah.
You kind of hit the season where it's like album sales were going crazy. It was
Yeah.
pre-Passion City.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your journey of managing art business versus focusing on simple ministering through a song? You know, that thing that we have of, you weren't just here to be a, a lot of the country stars, they have one thing. They need to make money through this country. Obviously, God has, for you and I, God has kind of dangled a carrot over here. Okay, I got you in with this, but now there's something deeper and more meaning. But you still but you're still making art, and it's our jobs to make this art. But there's this ministry component. Which of those two is tougher for you? Being all in on the ministry side to always be available, whether it's writing or being face to face, or is it tougher to this song is not kind of being hard on yourself art wise, and the dance that ensues both of those?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a great thing. I think anybody who does, you just want to be excellent at what you do. You want to be the best at what you do. And for me, I remember as I was making more records, as I was when these records started having success, and when I mean success, I mean like all of a sudden lots of people were buying them, and it wasn't just me out of the back of my 4Runner anymore selling them, but lots of people in stores were buying them, and then the churches were singing them everywhere. And then you feel that pressure the next time you make an album, like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this again, or do write these songs again? And a friend of mine told me, and it really stuck with me. He said, the same spirit of God that has put in this place is the same spirit of God right now, and that is in you, and you don't have to strive. There's no striving there. You didn't really do it up to this point, I mean, you did use your gifts, but God has really opened these doors, and He's going to do the same moving forward, and He's going to open up new doors and new places for you, and that's been very helpful for me. So I try to always remember that. I try to go back to that. I try to like rest in that of like, okay, yes, hard work. It takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of just every day going at it and keep pushing, keep one step in front of the other. And there's all those things, you don't just wake up and great songs happen. You don't just wake up and these things happen. It's your work, right? But also the Spirit of God's led me to do it. And he's opened up these doors for me to do this. And so I just need to rest in that to continue in that way. And so that's been a very helpful thing for me.
Right. I want to go with this one right here, Chris. More than any other artist we play, you'd be able to answer this question, I think, the best. And I have.
Oh my gosh, pressure already.
This will be an easy one.
Okay.
And I was just in Nashville not too long ago and went into a church service where it's like, I think that's Zach Williams. Or like, I feel like I recognized whoever it was up on stage, and I'm like, that's got to be a weird thing to write songs the church sings around the world, from a hut in Africa to Toronto, to be in a crowd on a day off, which I know doesn't happen for you all the time, but I know you wrote "How Great Is Our God" on your porch,
right?
Like practically in a robe,
right?
And to see somebody up on stage leading people in worship to a song that you wrote in such a humble place, is there any chance that you can worship or be focused when it's a song or are you just like, for the next 3 minutes, I am distracted. I wrote this. I can't sit here and worship.
That's a great question. And this is, I've never really been asked that in that angle. And for me, honestly, it's a very, very precious moment when it happens. When I'm at church and I'm at my own church and a song of mine is played. It is one of the most precious things that ever happens in my life every time, because it doesn't happen a lot because I'm usually somewhere else. I'm usually leading them. So when I'm in a place and somebody else is leading them and I hear the way they do it or their version or the way and I see people and I look around and I see people singing to God and worshiping God, having no idea that maybe the person who wrote that song is sitting next to them. I love that. I love it because it's just a reminder. Every time it's a reminder to God, reminder to me from God that, hey, I gave you this gift. And I've always prayed for these God songs, what I call God songs, those songs that really go past you as an artist, that aren't attached to you anymore. They don't rely on you to be there for them to happen. And when you can be a part of a song like that, and it can have an impact in someone's life that goes way past you, maybe that means that long after I'm not cool, which is now, or
Dad knew Tuck.
long after I'm, not around anymore even. Wow, that a song could last in somebody's life and could be this kind of a song that they sing to God, and they're not thinking, wow, I'm singing a Chris Tomlin song, but I'm just saying this is a part of our life, part of the fabric of our life. This is part of our church. I think about Amazing Grace, and no one says, I don't think anybody is sitting on Sunday singing Amazing Grace thinking, well, I'm singing a John Newton song. They're not. They're thinking, this is just a song that we sing to God. This has become part of our culture. If you could be a part of a song like that, I mean, what greater thing could ever happen to you as a songwriter? That goes beyond any number one hit. It goes beyond a Grammy Award, anything, because it has nothing to do with you anymore. And I pray for songs like that, and so to be in a setting when people start singing one of these songs and you see people just worshiping God, it's so precious to me. It means a lot to me. I don't turn off. In fact, I'm probably engaged more, not thinking, wow, look at me, check me out. It's like, it's an encouragement, like, wow, okay, thank you, Lord. You give me a gift that means something to people. And that is so special to me.
I know one day they're finally going to let you do your country album. And I have to bring this up every time because I feel like I'm part of the story now because I pushed for it so hard.
Pushed for it.
My wife is She's a line dancer. That's as far as I'll go. Is say.
Do you join her in the line dance? Oh, I'd love to see this.
Make fun of her on the air.
I'd love to see this.
And so she's a Christian, but she also has this countryside to her that I've married into.
I love it. She's a good girl.
Let's take Mac Powell out of the mix.
Yeah.
An artist on our playlist that you could see crossing over to open for you when they finally let you do the state fair or make that album. So somebody that you could see it happening. Like, okay, this is my country album. I'm going to go do this gig. Yeah. Finally doing my country song. Who on our playlist would fit that?
King and Country?
Oh, yeah. That would be. Who's the one artist on our playlist that would not fit that? Oh, King Country, yeah.
They're great guys. I thought, what's the opposite of that? Of country music?
Yeah. It wouldn't be Mark Hall.
It'd be Brandon Heath.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's got a good folky thing.
Because a couple concerts I've done recently. He is open. We played. We played these two amazing iconic places, Red Rocks and Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
And we didn't really advertise any openers. We just said, hey, it's a worship night. But I love Brandon, and I just had him come and play and start the night just with his guitar. And he's got these massive crowds, right? And he can walk out with his guitar, and people just love it. Huh. He just got this. He's got this folksy way with people. It's just like, oh, that's my guy up there. It's a normal dude. Right. So I think that was the first person that comes to my mind.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I think looks wise, you go with Mike Weaver. It feels like
he
Big
could be,
Daddy Weave would be.
Yeah. That's a great thought, and I love Mike.
Musically, he doesn't have. He's more poppy.
Right, but he could. He'd walk up there with his acoustic guitar.
You put some overalls on Mike Weaver.
Oh my goodness! Like.
Yeah,
I could see him singing just
Chris Stapleton.
Like Chris Stapleton, a little Blake Shelton going on. It'd be amazing.
Oh yeah. Anyway, let's put as we do every year. Let's put a pen in all of this. and get back to whatever
we'll have
you're doing.
all this content for one day. For one day.
Yeah, you keep doing whatever it is you're doing. I don't know how you fill your days, but one day this is all come back. I love it. This past year, we've been ending all these interviews with something a little fun. A lot of the guests we have do not. We brought a piano into the studio, knowing Matt Mark could come in and just Chopin, Mozart, and then Zach Williams will come in and he's Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Stars. Yeah. So we don't know what's going to happen. We just set a clock to 30 seconds, mic you up, and you give us 30 seconds on a piano of whatever you want to do.
Okay.
And so do you play at all?
I do play.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh, good. That's great.
I do play. Let's do it.
Which came first, guitar or piano for you?
Guitar. My dad taught me to play when I was a little kid, and then I started piano after that. And I think I write most songs on piano than I do guitar. Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that. All right, so 30 seconds. You can take it fun and silly, or you can take it serious, wherever you want to take it. We got mics on the piano. All right, here we go. It is Tickling the Ivories with Chris Tomlin. 30 seconds on the clock. Anything you want to give us? I just wanted to be in a position to receive this moment.
Wow, this is really special.
Does this happen on Sunday mornings at Passion Church?
Yeah, this is usually at my house. Usually, it's funny. You come and just lay on the piano while I write songs. It feels very normal.
The last 3 albums are written just like this.
All right.
Here we go. The clock is yours.
My chains are gone. I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns unending love, amazing grace.
I feel like I've heard that. That's beautiful.
I guess I have to end the interview sitting like this.
Oh, I love it too. I love it.
It is always great to see you. Have a great holiday season, and I'm sure we'll be. Oh, good. Thank you. This is the background for me, and I'm sure we'll see you next year when you got some music to share with us, and all the best to the family.
Yeah, I just like playing underneath as you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can check out all things Chris Tomlin on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you consume music. Type in Tomlin, and you should pull right up. A dear friend of the Joy FM, and we always appreciate you. God bless you, everybody. Have a great night. Drive home safe. That's good. How am I supposed to get down now?
The Thursday Afternoon Chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.